The phone rang like it had been waiting all day to slice through the silence. My neighbor's voice, ragged, frantic. "Please, come to your house quick." I didn't ask why, I just drove. Headlights cutting through the night like knives, tires screaming around corners I barely remembered steering through. When I turned onto my street, the world bent. Blue and red lights spun across my walls, my lawn. Shadows in uniform moved like ghosts. And there, on the grass, my wife. Her face the color of paper, lips trembling. "Don't go in Ashley's room," she whispered. Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. "I'm begging you. You might vomit." But I walked. Every step heavier, every sound sharper. My daughter's door was open. The room smelled of copper, metallic, thick, the kind of smell that clings. And there, on her desk, not hidden, not protected, was a letter. A folded piece of paper with my name scrawled in ink too familiar. I didn't vomit, I didn't speak, I only stared. Because the handwriting was not Ashley's, it was my wife's. The police moved in the background, their voices muffled. Words like unresponsive and overdose drifted, but they were drowned by the letter burning in my hand. I unfolded it. Ashley never wrote it. My wife did. Every line was a confession dressed as comfort. Apologies for things that didn't add up. Mentions of nights he was around. He took her out. He gave her gifts. He told her secrets a father should have been the one to hear. I read it once, then again, and again. Each pass turned the ink darker, the meaning sharper. It wasn't about my daughter's death. It was about my wife's double life bleeding through the cracks. There was another man, and my daughter knew. The words blurred, but my mind was clear. Ashley hadn't written her own goodbye. My wife had written it for her, shaping her memory, her truth, a desperate attempt to control what came after. I folded the paper, slipped it into my pocket. I said nothing. But the silence between my wife and me stretched wider than the distance across that lawn. I didn't confront her. Not then. Instead, I began the slow art of watching, listening, collecting. Her phone, face down on the counter too often. Her late-night showers that lasted just long enough for her to reply without being heard. Her eyes darting when I asked harmless questions. I said nothing, but I remembered. I found numbers, calls made when I was working late, texts deleted but not fast enough to escape my notice, receipts in her purse for places we had never gone together. And then the photographs. Digital ghosts, pulled from the fragments she didn't realize sink to the cloud. Him, smiling too close, his hand where mine used to rest. The dates mattered more than the faces, because some were taken 9 months before Ashley was born. I kept moving like nothing had shifted. Breakfast together, shared routines, a hand on her back that looked casual but was only restraint. Inside, I counted days, counted lies, counted the precise moment where truth and betrayal would intersect. I ordered a test, DNA, quietly, methodically, from a brush in Ashley's room, from my own blood. The results would not lie, even if everyone else did. I slept next to her, the woman who wrote my daughter's final words with her own hand, and I waited. The envelope arrived 3 weeks later, plain, harmless, deadly. I opened it alone. 2 lines, simple, clinical. Probability of paternity, 0.0%. My hands didn't shake, my chest didn't tighten. I had already known. But seeing it, ink on paper, truth in numbers, was colder than any nightmare. That night, I placed the report on the table between us. She looked at it, looked at me. "What is this?" I didn't answer. She opened it, eyes scanning, breath catching. Her face broke before her words did. "I can explain." I only watched. The silence was the blade, every second of it cutting deeper than anything I could say. She begged, stammered excuses, called it a mistake, called it love, called it survival. I let her speak until her words became nothing but noise. Then I slid the other letter, the one she wrote for Ashley, onto the table. Her hand froze above it. Her skin drained of color. "You?" she whispered. "Yes," my first word all night. Her lips trembled, her eyes widened. She realized. She knew what I knew. That her attempt to script my daughter's memory, to bury her betrayal with grief, was exposed. And she understood there would be no hiding. Not from me, not from anyone. I stood, collected both papers, and left her there, collapsed in the wreckage of her own lies. The house was quiet when I packed. No shouting, no breaking things, no storm, only calm precision. I left behind clothes, photos, years. They belonged to another man, another version of me. The papers stayed in my pocket. Her signature and the bloodlines she tried to hide. Proof of who she was, who I was not. I did not look back. Ashley was gone. My wife was never mine. And I, finally, was free of both. The truth hadn't destroyed me. It had carved me clean. I walked out the door with nothing, and for the first time in years, I finally had everything.